So continuing on from the previous video, we've already prepared our roof, we've already prepared our walls for an energy analysis by associating thermal properties with the material layers for each of these structures. Next is your curtain walls and your windows. Now, if you guys remember, these have been created using the curtain wall tool in Revit. So if I click on that, you'll see that this is a curtain wall, not a window. I'll start off actually with showing you how to prepare your windows. So if I go to architecture and I place a window, so suppose I had a window somewhere here. What you would do is you would select that window, and then you would go to edit type. Now you'd always want to make sure that these analytical properties have been populated with values, because these are the values that are going to be used by the energy analysis engine. Now changing this, so your analytic construction, so if you change that, say you wanted a higher U value by using this single glazing option, so what you will see is that these values are going to change. So if I click on apply, these values change. If I go to say that one, you see how these changed. So again, what you guys can do is you can select any of these, conduct your energy analysis, and then re-optimize by altering the selection for the glazing type. So let's just go with this, click apply. Okay, so that was for your windows. What about your curtain walls? Well, curtain walls is a bit trickier, because say I wanted to check the analytic construction of that curtain wall. If I go to edit type, there's no field over here which enables me to do that. So it's actually, what you gotta do is you gotta select the panel itself and not the curtain wall. So by using the tab button, as you can see, if I click on that, curtain panels, and if I go to edit type, so always make sure that this is the system panel glazed that appears, not the curtain wall itself. If I now click on edit type, what I can see is I can see these properties, the analytical properties, the ones that we saw for the window. So it's over here that we can change or customize these panels depending on our choice for the glazings. So say for this I go with that, and see how these values they change. If I go with that, these are different values. So yeah, just make sure that it is the panels that you select and not the curtain wall itself. So once you're done with that, what we need to check as well is that for each of these curtain panels, we need to make sure that this box is checked, so the room bounding box is checked. Again, we got to make sure of that for the roof as well. So if I click on my roof, again, it's room bounding. This is important when conducting the energy analysis, and for the slab as well, make sure that it's room bounding. The other thing that I wanted to show you is for the wall, you gotta make sure that two constraints are defined. So each wall has to have a base constraint set as a level. So from this drop down menu, the ground floor of course is our base constraint, and the top constraint has to be a certain level, so it has to be associated with one of these levels. Now in this case it's the roof level, but usually in a lot of cases you find that this would be unconnected. So and if you were to leave it as unconnected, you are very highly likely to face trouble when conducting the energy analysis. So always make sure that you associate it with a particular level. Again, I'd go around my model for each of the walls, making sure that the room bounding and that both the base constraint and the top constraint have been set. So once you're ready, in the next video I'll show you how how to set up your rooms, individual rooms, so that your metric is based on room volume. So stay tuned.